To take this opportunity to apologize to you if anything that I've tweeted or I've said in comments on Twitter or X has offended you in any way, shape, or form. It was never really my intention for it to get as far as it did or get to that point. I've always prided myself in being as impartial, as nonpartisan, and as neutral as possible with everything I comment or I do on social media, for the simple fact that I've tried ardently to avoid any and all politics, if at all possible. Our two-party system of government, as you know, is so politically charged right now. There is such an intense division there that I don't want to directly involve myself because I do not want to be contaminated by that division. Suffice it to say, that's why I in all the posts that I've done, the majority, when I say majority, I talk about maybe 80 to 90% of them are lawsuits, and I usually give what I believe is my point of view as to who has the stronger case, for example, the stronger argument, or even what the next logical steps should be going forward in any given lawsuit. I rarely comment about current events. I mean, if I do, I talk about them, and I try to be as open on them as possible. I don't know which post prompted you to block me. I can only assume it was the most recent one on November 3rd, where I responded to your your tweet about Tony Busby, and the response that I gave, which was the three words, quid pro quo. It was not meant to really be in any way, shape, or form to be harsh. Fact of the matter is, and in all honesty, given your situations that you're going through with the securities fraud investigation, the whistleblowers, the acquittal, the impeachment trial, and things like that, it's not as difficult as you think to arrive at that conclusion. And I would think that if I, as a Texan, arrived at that conclusion rather simply, how many other Texans or Texas citizens arrived at that conclusion by reading that post and knowing, okay, well, this individual, Tony Busby, was the defense lawyer for Ken Paxton. And the fact that he defended you and now you're endorsing him. You know, it's easy to jump to that conclusion. And I think in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have posted it when I did. But I posted it more as a questioning, really, is this what it boils down to or not? Maybe I was wrong to do that, and for that I apologize. I mean, I should have chose my words more carefully, or my Latin more carefully. But and all boils down to that, words and actions will paint anybody in a specific light, and that's what happened in your case, Mr. Paxton. And unfortunately, it allows individuals such as myself to draw some pretty wild conclusions. You blocked me off your personal Twitter. That's understandable. I'm not going to argue or appeal your sense of judgment on that, because you're in your inherent right to do that. But I will not stop what I'm doing. I will continue to analyze lawsuits. I will continue to comment on current events in my Twitter feed or Twitter profile. But I will try to be more careful in my wording, so that if I was already appearing as a neutral and partial individual, I will be more neutral, more impartial going forward, because I believe that I shouldn't leave room for any misunderstanding, and I think that's kind of what happened here. I thank you for your patience and consideration, And I wish the best for you. I don't know what else more I can say, but thank you for your time. I hope you see this video, and I hope you can further understand where I am coming from as a citizen of Texas. A lot of times and this is another thing too, we see people's comments and we assume, okay, well, they're conservative or they're liberal or they're Republican, they're Democrat, they're independent. But a lot of the times we really don't know the individual like we think we do. And that's kind of the reason why I put together this video to talk to you, because I wanted you to see for yourself and get a more in-depth feeling as to who I am and what my intentions are. My intentions are not to criticize any one party. It's basically to, give my observations to what I think is right and wrong, either morally, either ethically, legally, and that's basically it. But I'm not a judge or jury or executioner to any one individual. That's the bottom line, and I thank you for your time.